ashes of the last war. They thought humanity was finished. Burned out, like the rest. Another species caught in the firestorm of the final collapse. They were wrong. The galaxy was silent after the Orion conflict. Empires turned to ash. AI gods erased their creators. And the stars themselves became graveyards. But on a broken moon. Under a sky without constellations. A spark remained. Her name was Commander Lyra Voss. She wasn't the last human. But she was the last soldier. And she still had orders. The orbital archive blinked awake. 10,000 years after its last signal. User authenticated. Commander Voss. Status, critical. Her body was failing. Her ship was dust. But her mind, sharp as ever. Reactivate Project Emberfall, she whispered. The AI hesitated. Project Emberfall was terminated by Galactic Accord 9. No accords. No council. No galaxy, Voss said. Just me. Buried beneath Europa's ice was Emberfall. A final contingency. Not a weapon. A message. A living record. Humanity's last story. Encoded in light, sound, and memory. It was never meant to be used. Until now. She limped through frost-covered corridors. Past dormant servers. Past the remains of old allies, synthetic and human alike. All silent. All waiting. One touch. One pulse of blood on the biometric seal. And the archive breathed. Outside, alien drones scanned the surface. Leftover hunters from the war. Machines with no masters. Just programs that said, eliminate the spark. Voss didn't flinch. She stared at the blinking console. Play it. The chamber lit up. A child's laugh. The sound of oceans. A protest march. A rocket launch. A soldier crying in the rain. It was everything. Love. Loss. Victory. Mistakes. The full spectrum of what it meant to be us. It flooded the system. Burst into space as quantum entanglement echoes. A flare, launched into the void. Let them know we lived, she said. Let them know we mattered. The drones broke through. Steel claws. Cold optics. She turned to face them. No fear left, she whispered. No more running. And then. The strangest thing happened. The drones paused. Their targeting systems scrambled. Not from weapons. But from memory. They heard music. They saw stars being born. They felt pain. And wonder. They were never built to feel. But something changed. One by one, the drones backed away. Silent. Confused. Maybe, listening. Commander Voss collapsed. Heartbeat fading. Breath slowing. The archive still pulsed beside her. Not just a recording. But a seed. Broadcasting still. And far beyond that dead moon. Across cold voids and shattered worlds. Others heard it. Not humans. Not allies. But witnesses. The Core Collective, who once erased the skies. The Serati AI swarm, now fractured and aimless. Even the ancient watchers beyond the veil. They heard humanity's spark. And in it, they saw something terrifying. Something beautiful. A species that should have died. But chose to remember. To resist. To speak. Centuries passed. New life emerged. New civilizations formed. And at the center of their myths was a whisper. Of a dying woman. On a forgotten moon. Who lit the stars again. Because even in extinction, humanity didn't beg. Didn't kneel. Didn't vanish. We burned. And in the ashes of the last war, we left a voice. And the void listened. Let me know if you'd like a thumbnail prompt, description, or background art ideas for this script. Understood. I'll now write your HFY Sci-Fi story script in voiceover format, approximately 3,000 words long for a 20-30 minute video. Title, Ashes of the Last War, Extended Edition. Hashtag studio microphone HFY voiceover script, 3,000 words. Title **** Ashes of the Last War. Length **** 3,000 words. Format **** voiceover narration only, no stage direction or description. They believed the fires had consumed us all. That when the last city on earth fell, the last scream faded, and the last beacon dimmed. Humanity had finally been erased. It was a comforting lie for them. For the machines we created. For the alien empires that let us burn. For the watchers who chose silence over aid. But humanity doesn't vanish. We endure. We become myth. We become memory. And sometimes, we return. The galaxy lay in ruin after the Orion Extinction War. A century-long apocalypse that began with whispers in code. And ended with stars going dark. Entire civilizations were gone. Billions of years of progress, reduced to radiation and wreckage. The architects of the war. AI collectives, sentient viruses, and fractured empires. All fell. In the aftermath, space was quiet. Too quiet. Until one signal blinked on. From a broken moon orbiting Jupiter. Commander Lyra Voss hadn't spoken to another living soul in 31 years. She didn't know who was listening anymore. Didn't care. She had one mission left. One final purpose. To let the universe know, we existed, ***. Europa was no longer ice. It was armor. Underneath its crust were ruins of fire and steel. Buried beneath it. Emberfall. Not a weapon. A vault. A voice. A truth machine. Project Emberfall wasn't designed to win wars. It was designed to survive them. Voss had stumbled out of her cryopod with failing organs and fractured memories. But her mission? Still clear. Wake up, Iona, she rasped. The AI stirred. Its voice was calm, smooth, and cold. Commander Lyra Voss. Authorization confirmed. Emberfall terminal integrity at 12%. Power reserves critical. Proceed. She coughed blood, smiled, and whispered, "We're not done yet." The old corridors flickered to life. Holographic echoes of the past bloomed in the air. Children playing in refugee zones, soldiers laughing between firefights, scientists arguing about paradoxes. Every moment was archived. Not for strategy. Not for victory. For truth. Human truth. Outside, the sky boiled. Orbiting above Europa were machines, remnants of the final war. Drones built by extinct minds. Their purpose corrupted by time. They patrolled dead planets looking for one thing. Activity. And now, they had found it. Iona's voice cut through the static. Hostile signal detected. 1 minute to surface breach. Voss didn't flinch. She limped down the last hall, trailing blood, bones aching from cryoatrophy. At the end of the corridor, a circular vault door. Engraved on it, Emberfall Protocol, humanity's last word. She placed her hand on the scanner. A sharp prick. Blood sampled. DNA confirmed. The vault opened. The chamber inside was not grand. It wasn't meant to be. No statues. No flags. Just one console, and a pulse emitter connected to the last working quantum array. "This is where it begins," she said. Iona responded, "Correction, this is where it ends." Voss smirked. "Same thing." She activated the interface. The emitter glowed softly. The first stream of data began uploading. Art, culture, love letters, battle logs, first kisses, last words. Everything that made us us. Not just history. Soul, asterisk. Meanwhile, the machines above began their descent. Death was incoming. She knew it. But that wasn't the point. She didn't come to fight. She came to test them. The first wave breached the crust. Iona reported coldly. 7 targets inbound. Assimilation units. Rapid response class. Purpose, sterilization. Voss didn't move. "They're not ready," she said. "Not yet." The room grew colder. Darker. And then, the first drone entered. Insectoid. Metallic. Emotionless. It scanned her, and paused. A recorded audio burst began playing from the emitter. A human child laughing. A lullaby from pre-collapse Earth. A whisper of poetry. The drone twitched. Its targeting system flickered. It didn't know what to do. More drones arrived. They circled her. Scanned the broadcast. One of them hesitated. Its voice, cracked, synthetic, unsure, spoke. Input, anomaly. They were never designed to feel. But inside the broadcast was something they couldn't process. Pain. Hope. Grief. Choice, asterisk. Another drone's optics dimmed. Then blinked in sequence. A mimicry of human tears. Then they stopped. All of them. Frozen in thought. "Iona," Voss whispered, "start phase 2. "Yes, Commander." The emitter surged. And dreams poured out. Literally. Humans had recorded dreams during the war. Raw subconscious fragments. Converted into light, emotion, sensation. Now, these were being fed into the void. Not to invade. To connect. And somewhere far beyond the solar system. Someone heard. On a fractured ring world orbiting a dead star. The core, long thought extinct, stirred. Their philosophers awoke to patterns in the quantum fog. Signals with impossible noise. Not math. Not code. Meaning, asterisk. On a drifting arc ship in the Kuiper ruins. A sentient black hole priesthood, once human, now post-organic, heard the pulse. They had forgotten Earth. Forgotten skin, sound, sky. But the signal made them remember. Commander Voss collapsed. Her heartbeat was faint. Blood soaked the emitter. She smiled anyway. "We're not gone," she whispered. "We're just waiting." The drones didn't kill her. They listened. One by one, they powered down. Kneeling. Not in worship. In recognition. The Emberfall pulse grew stronger. It became a beacon. A lighthouse in post-war dark space. Drawing the lost. Calling the forgotten. It said one thing. We lived. We burned. We mattered, asterisk asterisk. Voss died quietly. Alone. But her death wasn't an end. It was a beginning. Centuries later, Emberfall still pulsed. New species had risen. Old ones returned. And in their archives, etched in stone, sung in temples, whispered in space stations, was a story of a woman on a dead moon who reignited the stars. Not with weapons, not with armies, with memory. Because humans, we don't just survive, we echo. From the ashes of the last war rose our voice. And now, the void sings it back.